Hey, Matt Sumption here with Remax Equity. We're here with Mayor Childs.
Hi.
Thanks for coming, Mayor.
You bet.
We want to know what's so cool about living in Springville. I mean, you've been here your whole life,
Right.
and now you're mayor. So, what does every Springville resident need to know about Springville? What's awesome about it?
I think one of the most awesome things about Springville is the great amenities that we offer to all the citizens, from young to old. I could name a few of them, and a lot of these are new and some of them are old. But one of our greatest and oldest asset is our art museum. It's been here. I could tell you about that. I actually went to, the high school used to be where the parking lot is now, and that's the high school I went to, and we actually had classes in the art
In the
gallery,
art museum.
In the art museum. So that has a special place, and that goes back a long time.
Yeah.
And then we also have an older senior citizen that's in the old Memorial Hall, we called it, I don't know what they call it now, for the seniors. And I think that's, and we have a great organization there. They do a lot of fun things and different things. So that's something for them. Then for the young people, and especially the people that move in, we've really come a long ways. We have a splash pad. These are some of the things that...
Just right next door to the city building here.
Yeah. These are some of the things that I was involved in when I was on the city council before I became mayor. The splash pad came in, and it's just a really, it's just not a half of one or a part one. It's just a really a nice, kind of unique.
Every time I drive by in the summertime, it's packed.
Oh, it's packed.
There's always kids and families out there.
In fact, we had problem trying to keep the lawn green because we had so many people on it all the time. So that's a great thing for, especially the young kids and the mothers, if they want to come down and just let them play and watch them. And then we also got a grant from the government to put in a pressurized secondary water system a few years ago, and it just got up about 2 years ago going. And that was another thing while I was on the council. So everything in the West Fields now is under a pressurized irrigation system.
Really?
And our catch basin for it is up in the mouth of Hollow Creek, which is called Bartholomew Park. And so we was able to put this awesome pond in there with sand and everything else in it, and just made a beach and everything else. And Bartholomew Park is just packed.
Yeah.
And we just had a hard time with parking, so this last winter, it's just being completed now. We've got more parking. We put a little more parking in it.
Just across the street there.
Well, no, actually, we extended the one in the bottom.
Oh, really?
So it's going to be bigger down there even. And then there was a big area to the southwest, and we planted that all in grass and sod. So there's a lot more bigger play area for other things. And then we have some great facilities for soccer, baseball, everything else. And then we have a good relationship with Neville School District.
Why is that important?
That's important because we have entered into an interlocal agreement to where they can use some of our things and we can use some of their things. And it's not tied down to nitty-gritty things. It's just that we can use it, and we have different things we can and can't do. But it makes us where we can have some of our sports program in their gyms, and then they can use some of our facilities for parking and different things when they want to use some of the facilities in the city.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's kind of working the way communities should work.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it really nice here.
Well, I've always loved Springville because you still have that small town feel. We're next to Provo, but we're identified as Springville still.
Right, and for years and years, there was always kind of competition between us and Spanish because we're relatively the same size in population, but geographically we just don't have the same area that Spanish does. Spanish is going to grow over 100,000 people. Springville at their build out will be probably around 50 to 60,000, and we're already at 35. So we're all more than halfway now built out. So it's good and bad. There's less and less room here to build, and less room to find land that we can build on. But it also is challenging that we want to make sure we have very sustainable lifestyle here for the people, and to try and keep that small town feel. Because all our surveys come out that's what
Springville wants.
That's what the people that come here because they like the feel, they like what they see. We have a great Main Street. We want to keep that part of our
That's going to be something we're going to preserve as our
This
main
Main
street.
Street is going to be preserved. It definitely is. That's why we built the center here. That's why our library's still here. We want to be right here in downtown Springville, and we're not out somewhere else. And also, as you know, the latest feature I think we have, which is great, is our new rec center, which is going to be the Clyde Recreation Center, which is going to open, our opening date is about the 24th of May.
24th of May. Wow, that's gonna be great.
And that's great, and it's going to be really cool. It's going to be.
We got swimming pools. We have basketball courts.
Yeah,
in
there'll
there
be a
too?
basketball court in there, track, an indoor track, exercise area, play areas. There's gonna be a lot there.
Wow, that's gonna be a great addition. to
I think there's
Springville.
about 6 different pools inside.
6.
Yeah.
Would you say, going back to the Springville Main Street, I mean, as you've been mayor, would you say that's your main focus? Is like, are you? Maybe a better way to put it is, what's your goal as mayor? What would you like to see happen with
I
Springville?
want Springville to maintain the small town feel, so we can be together, but we still have to have some economic development, but we don't have to go hog wild with it.
Mhm.
I think if we're patient and watch what we have, we'll get the economic development we need. I'm also, we need to watch what kind of, the housing and that kind of thing that comes in. We want to make sure we have sustainable housing for the people.
Yeah.
But that's why I said we need to be patient. We don't have to just jump into everything that comes. And I'm just pleased as anything at the rate that we're growing. We're growing relatively really fast. And I just don't want it to become overrun by, I think quality is important, I guess is what I'm trying to
Quality.
say.
Yeah.
I'd rather see more quality than quantity.
Yeah.
And that's in everything. And if you look at what we've done with our parks, our community parks where the kids play, and our splash pad, all these things, we've really tried to kind of make it a quality thing and not just something else.
Yeah.
There's 2 other things that Springville, I think, is known for that a lot of people don't realize. We have one of the premier golf courses in the state.
Yes,
I
we
mean,
do.
it is,
Yeah.
even if you're not a golfer, it's just beautiful up
Beautiful.
there, and especially in the fall. And going along with that, we have a whole canyon of campgrounds that the city owns up there, and Jollies and that
Yeah.
area. And that's just really unique, that, that we have these kind of things for the citizens of Springville. I think there's not too many things that you need. About the only thing we don't have, and we can't help that, is an ocean. But we do have a beach with our park and,
Yeah.
and different things, so we try
Bartholomew,
to.
we
Yeah,
just about.
yeah, we have a beach and they put their things up, but that's the only thing. And other than that, we just have a lot of really nice things for the citizens here.
I'd say we've seen a huge improvement just within the last 5-10 years.
Yeah.
It's been a great addition. Mayor, are there any events or programs that people that live here in Springville should have on the calendar or should be aware of that?
Well,
Be a part of.
our biggest event is Art City Days. That
Yeah.
comes the very first. We're one of the very first ones in the county to hold a celebration. It's always around about the 1st or 2nd week of June,
First or second week of June?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
and that's always a big event for Springville. And then we still have the Folk Fest that comes in that brings people from all over the world.
Yeah.
And then our museum. It just brings people. We're just right now getting through with the high school art show, and it's the biggest high school art show in the state. I mean,
So do all the high schools put their art into the? Wow.
and then they're judged and go on, and it's a great show. It's
Mhm.
beautiful, and then we have all these other shows throughout the year, and I didn't realize this even until just a while ago, but we have the biggest, nicest Utah art collection in the state, right here in Springville.
That says a lot.
That says a lot.
Do you think it's just because we've been here for so long and we're known as the art city, people trust us with that? And
That's part of it. We've had some real good curators over the last few years. That's really helped it move along, and the city the city supports it and they help fund it, but they don't put a lot of money into it. It's kind of as far as the art goes. The city doesn't buy art. We just own the building and supply and help them with that. But there's a foundation that does all the art and that keeps that.
so they don't require the mayor to have a piece of art in there, do they?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't be. I'm not very much of an artist. Well, I am in some ways. I mean, I build buildings, and that can be an art.
That's still
but,
art.
yeah.
Mayor, thank you so much. It's it's been a pleasure getting to know Springville and kind of your direction that you want to take Springville. You're doing a great job, and we've seen great improvements. Thanks for joining us. We're here with Mayor Childs. Appreciate your time and letting us know a little bit more about the city.
Oh, I appreciate being here, and you know, I just love this city, and I love the citizens of this city. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.